Well, because you can't do Family Feud without multiple people yelling good answer, when it's clearly a bad answer.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to do the thing where you, like, go in and you talk to them, and you're like, hey, where are you from?
Oh my god, and then awkwardly kiss them on the cheek because it's the 1960s version of that show? God, that was so fucking awful.
Exactly.
Welcome one, welcome all to the first ever Missing Collectible Does, a fun trivia game show thing with each other, where we screw with each other, the episode, the podcast, the Biweekly Breakdown. This week, we're going to do a little bit of a game show. We're going to do a guess the game by the bad review of a good game. Or maybe it's a bad game, but I assumed it was... I think the rules that we set it ahead of time was, can you guess the game by a scathing review that's probably way off base?
Yeah, it's got to be a negative review.
So I have 5 games. Peter has 5 games. They have been checked. They are not the same games.
Yes. We had a third party check the list.
Checked. So... if you want to follow along at home, I'm going to try to edit this so it shows what we're talking about, and then we're not going to immediately reveal what the game is until there's some guesses, so you can guess too. Write in the comments if you did very well, or you did poorly, or you thought we were terrible and we should have done better. Alright, so I'm going first.
You're going first.
So my first review is a 0 out of 10 by a name I cannot remotely pronounce, Jack X. I'm starting off nice and fresh for you here. He is not a donkey, plain and simple. Call it gorilla if you want, but don't lie to us like that. Jesus himself rode in on a donkey, so don't tell me they aren't worthy of their own game. I was promised a game about a donkey living in his own country. Instead, I got whatever this is supposed to be. What game is that reviewing?
Okay, so my mind is immediately going to donkeys. I can't think of a single game that has donkeys. Is it an anthropomorphic donkey? Living in his own country.
Are you doing a bit?
I'm not doing a bit, that's what he says, right? Is it Donkey Kong something? Because he said gorilla.
You're hamming this up.
I'm not hamming nothing up.
Okay.
Is it Donkey Kong Country?
It may be a Donkey Kong Country, yes.
Is it Donkey Kong Country 2?
Yes, it is. Well done.
Okay.
Well done, Peter.
Okay.
That's one for Peter.
I was not hamming that up. You said donkey before you said gorilla.
The part
None
that
of
I
mine
left out
are that easy.
I slightly muted it. It says call it Gorilla Kong if you must. It's not a donkey. I didn't want to say that much, but
Gotcha.
Okay.
All of mine are also, I think, longer. Okay, so this is a review. It is a 2 out of 10 by Ducky Pones. Okay, it is a review from 2012. If that matters to you.
Oh, I had actually thought of an idea of like a lifeline you could burn, which said what year the game came out that they're reviewing, because that was from 2017, which is ridiculous.
Yes.
If I told you that, you'd have been like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and I'd have been like, yeah, see, no.
Right. So the game is not from 2012. The review is from 2012.
You're giving me so many hints.
I know. I didn't like the scanning, even though you didn't have to do it. I don't like the idea that in order to get 100%, you have to scan every stupid thing in the game. The enemy AI was also shit. They missed like crazy, and generally, as long as you continued moving, they won't hit you.
Can I get bonus points if I guess it now?
Sure, go for it.
Metroid Prime?
Metroid Prime.
Read the rest of it?
Ooh, right off the bat, it's long. If they do manage to hit you, oh well, they still have to hit you about 400 more times to kill you.
That's true.
The game is just too easy. The controls are absurd. The exploration wasn't real. You would set up a few little platforms and maybe a grapple point, and all you need to do is traverse the room. Terms like exploration and puzzles imply that you need to figure out what to do. Instantly seeing what you need to do and simply carrying it out is an exploration.
Yeah.
The game made me feel like a rat in a maze rather than a person exploring an unknown land. I also hated the way they started you out with all this great equipment and then they take it away from you.
Take it away.
Yeah, I figured that would be, if you hadn't got it by that point, that would have solidified it as a Metroid game.
Yeah,
my second one's longer, but all the other ones are.
You were like scanning 100%. I was like, Metroid Prime. That's so annoying. Wow, they gave
1-1.
Really? I mean, I feel like Metroid Prime's one of those kind of games where like you want to be unkillable when it's not a boss fight. Like the little things are like, oh, get out of here, like wipe them aside kind of enemies. But it's a good point. You need to get shot like 6,000 times to die in that game.
It's tough to die.
Okay, this is a 0 out of 10 review.
High praise.
What?
High praise.
High praise. Furries were a mistake. This game is very much broken, and there is a glitch where 99.9% of the time near the end of the game, the sequence will break, and it will not let you fight the last boss. This game is overrated as all hell. Wake up, sheeple, you've been lied to. Go to your nearest hamburger shop and spread the truth about this game. The government is lying to you about this game.
I read this review.
Did you? Shit!
I read this review and then I didn't take it. Why can't I remember what game it was?
I now remember why.
It was like Star Fox 64.
It was Star Fox 64. Yeah. That doesn't count. You'd read it before.
Have you ever encountered a glitch where you couldn't fight the final boss?
No!
I had no idea what he was talking about.
Oh man, I gotta get a new one now.
It doesn't count because I read it?
I mean, through extraneous circumstances, I don't know if that counts because you'd actually read it before.
I'm at 1.5 question mark.
You're at 1.5. At the end, you can give me a bonus one as well. That one was brutal. I put that one second to last because I thought it'd be too hard because the only thing he says was furries were a mistake.
I think it is too hard.
And then everything else is completely off base.
I think if I had it read it, I would have gotten it.
Okay.
Because I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I warned you that I had a really long one. This is my really long one, but you will probably get it before...
I'll wait this time. I won't jump the gun.
Oh, jump the gun. Jump the gun if you
got it. I want to give more people a chance.
This is a 4 out of 10 review.
High praise.
By Nosferatu Zod. And it says, I created an account for the sole purpose of attempting to save people some money. This game, while decent as an entire package, comes across to me as a venture in gaming redundancy. I will not be discussing the particulars of the story or the game mechanics, both to avoid spoilers and to prevent this from turning into a term paper. While this game does manage to incorporate an average level of quality in each aspect, the game overall comes across as a dud. Mainly because as I played this game, I couldn't get rid of the overbearing sensation that I had already played this game's prequels, and that each of these, either in their own way or as a whole, were much better than this release. If you've played stealth-focused games such as Dishonored, Metal Gear, or Deus Ex, you've already experienced far more advanced and enjoyable stealth mechanics. If you've played adventure-based games like Far Cry or Bioshock, you've once again enjoyed much better battle and combat interface mechanics. And if you've played puzzle-based games such as The Prince of Persia or any other game that incorporates more than a ladder, enough said. And by far the worst and most overhyped category, the carbon copy mix of zombie survival, coming of age, and a dash of familiar bonding was the greatest disappointment for me. As most games, I'm willing to forgive almost all, assuming the story can bridge the gap between the lack of mechanics and my enjoyment. In this case, for me, the gap has widened.
You had me until you said zombies.
Oh. Betrayal.
See, you were like, we're going to get all these pretty quick. Maybe they'll take too long. I have no fucking idea what this is.
No idea.
I had thought it might have been Metal Gear until you said if you've played Metal Gear before. And I was like, ah, shit.
Betrayal.
So it's not Metal Gear. It's not Thief. So when I thought that, and I was like, oh, okay, medium puzzle mechanics. Maybe it's like a Deus Ex Human Revolution. But then you said played the sequels. This feels like a carbon copy. Stealth gameplay. Better battle mechanics. Carbon copy of this prequels. They could be talking about Skyrim? No. You're giving me nothing with your face. You got a great poker face right now.
I would say the sentence is, as I played this game, I couldn't get rid of the overbearing sensation that I had already played this game's prequels. So he doesn't mention sequels. He also doesn't really mention prequels. He just says he feels like he's played the prequels.
But there's also stealth elements.
What about hints can we do? Can I narrow it to a publisher?
Give me a release year. No, publisher might be too much.
Publisher might be too much.
I could just take the L like a champion.
We can get you there. We can do this. Okay, I wasn't confident enough to commit to 2013. This is a 2013 game.
So not Skyrim, after Skyrim. Skyrim
This
was
is
like
after
2011.
Skyrim. Yeah.
Big AAA game?
Big AAA game. Fiercely debated sequel.
It's not Breath of the Wild, is it?
It is not Breath of the Wild.
Shit. That's got to be an official guess as far as that goes. Am I dumb?
Do I reveal or do we do more hints?
I'll take the L. I'll take the not a full point, but I gotta. Who published it? Is it Assassin's Creed? It's Assassin's Creed.
Sony. It is not Assassin's Creed. This is a Sony published title.
Phantom Pain?
This is not Phantom Pain.
Because he said Metal Gear again. What the fuck Sony game is sneaking? It's not Sly Cooper.
I would reread if you've played puzzle-based games such as The Prince of Persia or any other game that incorporates more than a ladder. Enough said.
Ico?
No. What's the game?
Oh, The Last of Us!
The Last of Us! There we go!
I am incredibly disappointed in myself.
Yes. Lackluster stealth. Terrible combat.
Yeah.
Puzzles that are just moving ladders. A familial bond. Zombie survival.
Zombie survival should have had me. That's so embarrassing. That's bad.
There was a lot to take in that review. It was extremely long.
Okay. You might get this. This is a funny one. Okay. In editing, I'll determine how many points I give myself. I will be less than 1 point, but I might give myself like 0.25 because I did get it after
0.3 repeating, of course.
Boring, empty world and literally no story. There is no codex or anything to keep track of stuff, and it just looks like it was developed for the PS3. 1 star.
See, my mind immediately went to Breath of the Wild, but there is a tracker. So it's a boring. This is such a quick zinger. It's like 2 sentences. I love it. So boring, mediocre world, no codex. Who doesn't have a codex? Outer Wilds has a codex. Breath of the Wild has a codex. See, the thing is that the reviews can be wrong. They could be inaccurate.
That's true.
I'm gonna go with Breath of the Wild.
It is not Breath of the Wild.
Damn it. Read it again.
Boring, empty world, and literally no story. There is no codex or anything to keep track of stuff, and it just looks like it was developed for the PS3. 1 star.
I mean, PS3
So keep in mind, this person's wrong.
Yeah.
So when they say no story, there probably is story, and there's no codex, there probably is codex, or maybe there isn't a codex and there is no story. Who knows? They are dumb, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's a total crapshoot. I'm not there.
If I told you when it was published, it would give it away. If I told you when the review was published, it would give it away.
Wow. So it's got to be really recent.
Boring, empty world, no story, no codex to keep track of anything.
It's got to be Outer Wilds.
It is not Outer Wilds.
What? I'm thinking like you. I'm thinking, how can I mess with Peter?
Yep. No codex to keep track of stuff.
I know there is no codex unless there is a codex.
You're gonna react the same way I just reacted to The Last of Us, and it's gonna be pretty fucking funny.
I think you gotta give it to me. I think I don't got it.
This review was published a week ago.
A week ago?
Yeah.
Did you publish it?
No.
Is it Elden Ring?
It's Elden Ring.
Okay. Damn it! I didn't even think to go that recent.
I wanted to absolutely shove one in there that was like clearly the antithesis of how we felt about the game, and I immediately found that. I love that he says it looks like it was developed for the PS3. What are you talking about? It's one of the prettiest games I've ever seen.
It doesn't have a codex, though, so he's not wrong there.
Because there is a story, but there isn't a codex, which is why I kept saying that over and over again.
The bamboozle.
Oh, the boozling of a lifetime.
The boozle of bamboozling.
Ugh.
That's so frustrating.
All right, so we're both at a wash now for that one.
Yeah. This is my only not Metacritic review. This is a review from another platform. I believe this is a not recommended, so not a score out of a number, but it is by Dweemer, and it says, I enjoyed some of the puzzles, but I didn't enjoy wandering around just to find the meaning of a given symbol or what it means when a symbol is slanted on the side. I might be missing something, but the game loop I fell into was looking around to find the trick for a given puzzle and then solving it. When I didn't know the trick, I just wandered around some to find it. Rinse and repeat. For some puzzles, I found the clues or tutorial puzzles, and others, I have no idea what they mean. It's just more tedious than interesting.
When you said about walking around for symbols, I immediately thought of that one Viking puzzle mental illness game.
Ooh.
But the meaning of the symbols is not that.
Ooh.
I've played this?
You have played this.
That's not really a hint. That's just confirming that you didn't...
You've played like 10,000 games.
Yeah,
this doesn't mean anything.
Read like the second half of it again?
When I didn't know the trick, I just wandered around some more to find it. Rinse and repeat. For some puzzles, I found the clues or tutorial puzzles, and others, I have no idea what they mean. It was more tedious than interesting.
I got you. I
the
got
point.
you.
He sniffed it.
The Witness.
It is The Witness.
Yes! Redemption! Redemption! I
didn't know if symbols was too obvious.
No, it wasn't. I had to think about that for a long time.
It was the right amount of obvious.
God damn it. I was so excited. When I was like wandering around third-person game symbols, had to figure out what the symbols mean.
Wait a minute.
That's
all you do in The Witness.
The Witness. Okay. You're gonna love a lot of mine are pithy short ones. And there's more to them. And it's more concentrated hate and clue. Okay.
Concentrated hate.
0 out of 10 by Joseph. Generic first-person horror game, no exploration, easy puzzles, no charismatic characters, no real lore, lazy ass and cheap locations. Game looks cheap. Play Outlast, honestly.
Resident Evil 7.
Wow, you got that real quick.
Yeah, first-person horror, I was like, gotta be. Boom. So this is a 2 out of 10 review by Johnny Thunders.
Okay.
Good porn name. I don't know. This is just another Parappa the Rapper ripoff, like Amplitude, or Guitar Room Man, and Leisure Suit Larry. Come on, Parappa is almost 10 years old. Let's stop trying to copy it. On top of all that, the characters in this game don't even look real. One of them is the Grim Reaper. I mean, that's cool, I guess, if you worship Satan.
Parappa the... So my initial thought was Guitar Hero.
Okay.
And then you said one of the characters is the Grim
guess?
Reaper. And I think in Guitar Hero 1, you can unlock the Grim Reaper?
Do you worship Satan, though? Is that your guess?
Well, my next guess would be it's not. No, Brutal Legend is a tactics like war. Well, like so it's not that. 10 years after Parappa the Rapper was out, like what? 1996? So 2006.
So it is Guitar Hero.
Okay. You didn't say anything, and I was concerned.
I was making you lock in your guess. Is what I was doing. So.
Should I do my plug-in one, the makeup one for the Star Fox one you guessed automatically?
Sure.
Okay.
I should have just taken the points. I shouldn't have been honest.
Yeah, you fool.
You fool.
Fool.
Fly, you fool.
This is a 3 out of 10 by Mega Pro. And it says
better than we usually do.
It says, this game is awesome. Great graphics, music, sound, characters. Fun to upgrade and fix with your base. Good enough story, but it really tests your patience when it comes to waiting. It's fast in the beginning, but a few hours in it takes forever to load a mission. This really lowers the score. Also, the controls are not the best, but they work.
Didn't it start by saying the controls were good? Was it like everything about this game is good? And then it was like the story is meh?
No, it says graphics, music, sound, and characters.
graphics, music, sounds, and characters. And the story is good at the beginning, then it takes a nosedive, and it takes forever to load at the end. I mean, like, Skyrim is like that. Skyrim takes forever to load the further in the game you get. So does Fallout. I'm also thinking of other things outside of Bethesda, or trying to. You know when you get locked in on something and you can't get off of it?
Can't get off of it.
I mean, all of the Bethesda games start off with a bang. Give it to me one more time. Give me one more time.
The game is awesome. Great graphics, music, sound, characters, fun to upgrade and fix with your base. Good enough story, but it really tests your patience when it comes to waiting. It's fast in the beginning, but a few hours in, it takes forever to load a mission. This really lowers the score. Also, the controls are not the best, but they work.
See, that rules both of those out.
Yeah, you picked up on the one word. You picked up on the one word I was worried about you not hearing the first time.
You got base and you got loading missions.
Yep.
That makes me think No Man's Sky doesn't load missions. You do have a base. Wow. Get the gamer street cred going. What games have bases that you upgrade?
And slow loading missions.
And slow loading mission. Every game has slow loading missions. True. Do I just walk away? Is it Dragon Age Inquisition?
No.
Damn it. I thought I had that one.
You thought I was going to give you that twist of the knife?
Yeah, the twist of the knife.
I'm not that mean today.
I would rather have guessed it and it not be it than have not guessed it and it to be it. Right? Because you do have a base in that game.
I got a couple hints I have lined up that aren't really that helpful, but give you a better idea.
Okay.
I have never played this game.
You've never played it, but I have played this game.
Yes, you have.
Wow. That should narrow it down more than it does.
A lot, yeah.
It can't be Ogre Battle 64. You don't have a base in that game.
No, it's not Ogre Battle 64.
Person of Lordly Caliber. It's got characters. It's got a base. It's got a story. It's got missions that take forever to load. I'm thinking like a tactics game.
Okay.
If you haven't played it, that would make it some sort of grid game.
Okay.
And if I can't think of what. Well, you update bases in all of them. What tactics game has good story? It's not a weird indie game, right?
Nope.
Okay. Because I could guess some weird indie games that would fit. Okay, I don't got it. Whatever it is, I don't got it.
Yes, you do.
No, I do? I don't think I do. I got nothing.
You want another hint?
Sure.
You have the platinum.
That doesn't narrow it down. I have 200 platinum.
I'll narrow it down again. It's a really rare platinum.
Really?
Yes.
It's a really rare platinum.
The last hint I have...
It's not a weird indie game.
Essentially gives it to you.
Okay. Give me a second.
You're just going to look at PSN profiles, aren't you, son of a
I'm
bitch?
not looking at anything.
Okay.
Wolfenstein doesn't have real base updating. It's not Wolfenstein.
No, it's not Wolfenstein.
It's got to have characters. What game has characters?
I think you're latching onto too many things. You should just latch onto the word base and long loading times.
Yeah, see, the problem is that long loading times don't really bother me like they bother other people.
Is
it XCOM?
Yes, it is.
There we go.
It was XCOM 2.
Long loading times do bother me.
See,
I'm wrong.
You were just being a dum-dum. As soon as I was like, base and long loading times, I was like, he's gotta know it's XCOM. He hates that shit.
Why does the review say the story is good? That was like a total ringer.
I don't know, man. I've never played it.
What a bait.
So do you have one more?
I have one more.
Okay, and then I have one more after it.
Okay. This is a 0 out of 10.
Brutal.
By X2495 I.
My favorite. Love that guy.
From the start, this game disappointed. Entering a DRM key with extremely tiny letters into a text field with no arrow key support, you can't go back and change a letter if you get one wrong, you have to delete everything and start over, is not a good way to start a fun game. Eventually I got it working, and I soon wished that I hadn't. In a nutshell, this game is too simple in the action department, and too complex in the how to play department. I'll admit, I enjoy a good action game, but if a puzzler is done right, I can waste plenty of hours on it. This game, however, was just too boring. I didn't care who the hero was, I didn't care why he needed to move circles around, the game just did not motivate me to move past the first few levels. Basically, if you like dragging and dropping shapes onto other shapes, you'll love this game. And if that's the case, there's a little game with differently shaped pegs that you have to put into similarly shaped holes that you might like too. He's talking about the little preschool thing.
I know what he's talking about. I'm not an idiot. Just placing different colored circles? What the fuck? The DRM thing threw me off so hard. What game has weird DRM?
I wouldn't focus on the DRM thing. I don't think it helps at all. I would ignore the DRM thing completely.
Is this like a PC review of a game I might have played on console that wouldn't have had the DRM? Is that what it is? I feel like that's not too much of an ask.
You did not play this game on console. That's a huge hint.
That's a huge
I
hint.
probably should have. I should not have phrased it that way.
I regret saying that. Dragging circles.
You've only played like 2 games on PC ever in your life.
What the fuck does that mean? I played a lot of PC games. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Is this gonna be a game that like we can bond over because it's an old-timey Mac OS game from the 90s?
I did look into old-timey Mac OS.
Because I was like, initially, like the weird DRM thing, I was like, oh, is this Lemmings or Zoombeanies or something?
I did look into weird Mac OS games in my research for this episode.
Fucking what the hell has funny little circles? There's a balance between trying to be funny for the video and a balance of trying to seem intelligent, and it's really fucking hard. The people on this team...
I'm okay looking dumb as long as I win, but I'm doing neither.
Yeah.
So...
And it's a puzzle game and there's no action.
I mean, he says...
Yeah, read that part again with the circles.
In a nutshell, this game is too simple in the action department, and too complex in the how to play department. I'll admit, I enjoy a good action game, but if a puzzler is done right, I can waste plenty of hours on it. This game, however, was just too boring. I didn't care who the hero was, I didn't care why he needed to move circles around, the game just did not motivate me to move past the first few levels. Basically, if you like dragging and dropping shapes onto other shapes, you'll love this game. And if that's the case, blah blah blah, play a preschool game. For little children. I will note, because I'm sure this review is on screen right now for the viewers at home, that I am leaving one very key word out of the review. It is circles, parentheses, something else. And I am leaving the something else out.
You son of a bitch.
I know. And it's not a game title. I'm leaving it out regardless of it being not a game title.
Do I have all the achievements in it on PC?
Ooh. I don't know what the achievements are like.
So it has achievements, though.
I don't know. Who cares about Steam achievements? What kind of question is that?
I'm just saying, if I played this a while ago, because I haven't played Steam in fairly, consistently recently, would I have been in the mood because back in the day I used to get all those Steam achievements for games before Steam got flooded like PlayStation got flooded with, 500 trophy game easy
shovelware garbage.
Yeah, where you like literally boot up the game on Steam and it pops all the achievements in over a 5-minute period. So it's a puzzle game. You didn't put The Witness in here twice, did you?
That would be hilarious.
That would be so mean.
I should have put the witness in there twice.
Son of a bitch, that'd have been so fucking mean. I don't even have Steam up. I can't even sneakily look at Steam in the other window and pretend and then tell you afterward that I definitely didn't cheat. I think I'm also taking the L on this one. The circles thing, man. I can't picture anything in my head, a game where you move circles.
If I tell you the one word I'm leaving out, you will get it immediately.
That's the worst. Is it a... Oh! I know what it is.
Oh, he knows what it is?
I know what it is.
What you got?
Is it by our friend Mr. Zach?
It is by Zach.
It's Space Cam.
It is a Zachtronics original. It is Space Cam. The full line is, I didn't care who the hero was. I didn't care why he needed to move circles, molecules around.
Yeah, that'd have given it away. All right, Peter.
Space Cam is a great game.
It's a fantastic game. It's really hard. He's on point with everything mostly. It's like weird text boxes about the story of the universe, and the game essentially lies to you about how you're supposed to play it until you get to a point in the game where you need to do something in a way that it hasn't taught you how to do it. If you look at like the Steam, like how far people get in the game, it's like and like that drop off is the exact point where the game goes, okay, remember the thing we taught you? That's wrong. Fuck you. And it's
don't do that.
It's so hard. Yeah, it teaches you to like loop multiple times, and then it goes, okay, that's when you have to do things an even number of times. Do something an odd number of times. Go. And you're like, how do I do that? And it's like, I don't know. Okay. Peter, your ultimate redemption arc.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait.
Halo 2.
If you get this, you could take the whole pie. I could give you 17 points for this. Who knows?
Wow.
Overrated. There were much better games out on N64, such as Turok and that Star Wars game and Mario Kart. This game, in my memory, being 32 now, was not very good for the time, and that was back in 96, my friend.
How come I didn't get the reviewer name or the rating? I feel like I'm at a spelling bee being like country of origin, please.
This was a 4 out of 10, and the joke is that the person's name is Brain Damage. Oof.
Oof. Okay. Now, the question is it an N64 game, and he's saying that this is way worse than comparable games, or is it a not N64 game that he's saying all of these N64 games are better?
So, overrated, there were much better games out on N64. Okay. So, you could take that either way, unfortunately.
You could take that either way. He mentioned Turok.
Yep.
He mentioned
that
Mario
Star Wars
Kart.
game and Mario Kart.
Yep. He mentioned which Star Wars game did he? He
probably,
just said
probably,
that Star
probably
Wars
Shadows
game.
of the Empire.
Probably Shadows of the Empire. Dope game.
Dope game.
It's weird to lump Turok with Mario Kart. I feel like he's talking graphically. He says there are much better looking games.
Much better games.
Just better games.
Yep.
Noticeable games he did not mention, if we're on the N64, are Diddy Kong Racing, Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario 64, GoldenEye, they mentioned GoldenEye, Super Smash Brothers. Okay, we could name 364.
Remember, he said, not very good for the time, and that was back in 1996.
Not very good for the time, and that was 1996.
If you remember,
so it's got to be early. So okay, so it's not Ocarina of Time because Ocarina of Time's 98. If it is on the N64, which it has to be, if he's saying 96, it's got to be Super Mario 64. There we go.
You redeemed yourself.
We finally got one.
You've done it. The fact that he said Turok, Star Wars, and Mario Kart, I thought you might have said Diddy Kong Racing because we have history with that.
That's what I wanted to say.
I
wanted to say Diddy Kong Racing.
It was a hard debate.
96 is way too early for Diddy Kong. When did Diddy Kong come out? Like 99?
After Mario Kart, yeah. GoldenEye also came out in like 99, so that was why I was like, Again, the person writing the review.
97. Diddy Kong Racing came out in 97. It was really close.
That is close. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed the trend, but the people reviewing usually say things that are not correct.
It's overrated.
They're like, other
That's how
games...
they all start.
Like, when did the original Turok come out? Surely not 96, was it? 97. He said, these games were already out. No, they weren't. Mario 64 was the launch game. Nothing else was out.
But he's in the future, right? He's reviewing back then.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So
who won? Who knows? Who cares? I didn't keep track.
No,
I'll keep track of it in
I think
editing.
you won. I think you won.
I think if I don't give you 17 points for redeeming yourself, I won. So, that was the first dumb trivia thing that we did. Peter, you'd like to do this again?
Yeah, so I normally hate trivia, and I didn't hate that. I kind of liked it.
Good thing I have Trivial Pursuit questions right
No!
here.
Cut it off!